Hey everybody, and welcome back to Let's Play Geneforge. So, as you can see, we're back with a fresh party. In fact, there's a slight little adjustment I made. I think I summoned the other ones exactly as they were, but I decided to just give the red village a try. Partially also because red is more Nira's color, like the original Nira from Baldur's Gate. But also because I never actually tried the other version of it. Also, it turns out, well, it's not a surprise at all, but I was underestimating just how big of an effect it would have. That the other version of this version is considered slightly weaker and thus has, drastically lower cost. So I was able to give her all the levels and the weakness field, and she's still cheaper to summon than the green version was. So I'm going to give this a try. I don't know how the damage compares, but it looks okay. 18 to 46 seems pretty decent. And the curse effect might also be good. I mean, I was at first, I picked the green one because I figured, well, first of all, the game considers it the better version. And also the vulnerability did sound good, but with her acting last almost always, it was not doing as much work as it could have done outside of boss fights, I guess. And the curse is supposed to slow and disorient enemies. So I think what it does is sometimes make them skip their turn, and that does sound pretty good. So yeah, long story short, we'll try this slightly different version of Nira, which also leaves me with more essence. Not a big difference, I think. Yeah, I have 30 to work with now, compared to 28 before. But yeah, we'll see how this works out. Is there anything else? Well, like I said, I did clear out my inventory. That's right, because I figured I'd just take a trip, a quick little trip back to Valkyrie across the entire island to drop off some stuff and heal. No big deal. And I got rid of a bunch of things. I guess I completely got rid of the ice crystals, for example, because they just, the cone of cold type attack just doesn't deal a ton of damage. If I really need to have some alternate area attack, if I'm out of essence or I don't want to spend the essence on my own essence lances, or I need a different type of damage, I can use the fiery wand. I have kept a few of those and sold a few, I think. No, it doesn't matter. Yeah. And I don't know what else. I must have got rid of something else. Oh yeah, I guess I did store the extra terror and daze ones for the time being, because I can't cast those spells myself. I think those really are, of course, having them as a backup would be nice, but at the cost of filling up almost my entire inventory. I don't know, when most of the time I am perfectly able to just cast them myself. And if I really do run out of essence, I do have those essence flasks or pods or whatever. So yeah. Anyway, we're ready to continue. Sorry about that bit of rambly intro. I guess that's you've come to expect at this point. Diablo says, "Welcome to Susha Island. All goods going in or out must be checked at customs office. All traffic to and from Geneforge must be cleared and in quarantine. No exceptions. To and from Geneforge." Okay. Yes, I'll take those. Please don't make me sick. Okay, good. I mean, I guess these. Well, first of all, it was coal apparently, not meal or flour. Also, sitting out in the open probably would mean it doesn't collect any toxic spores or noxious fumes. Don Johns? Was that the name? Hello? You reach the old customs office of the docks. Inside it, someone is waiting for you. A human, not a Sholai either. One of your people. He is common, but his armor bears the symbol of servitude to the Shapers. He was sitting in a chair, sharpening his blade. When he sees you, he leaps to his feet. A Shaper! A true Shaper! At last! I'm Don Johns. I'm guarding other Shapers. They're upstairs. They will want to see you, I'm sure. This is a great day. Is it though? Well, that's very unexpected. I guess the game kind of prepared me for it. But of course I didn't know if I could completely trust that. Wow. Rude. I'd love to pretend none of that happened. Okay, well, and now I guess that's what I'm doing. So yeah, hey everybody, and welcome to Let's Play. Okay. Let's see. Let's just take a look in the other direction first. This actually, this is holding 1. So much for that being to the northeast. Whatever. Please ensure that defenses are in proper state before entry. Help us prevent accidents and needless creation destruction. Yes, I would love that very much. Maybe there's a way to deactivate all these extremely deadly obelisk things. That would be convenient, to say the least. Holding 1. Also, there must be a northern entrance somewhere. Okay. Let's not go there quite yet. That's interesting, though. I mean, if we had bypassed, used the option to bypass this entire area, sneaking through the trapped passage in Refugee Cave, we would have obviously entered somewhere from inside Holding 1. Somewhere up here must be the entrance, right? And that means we would have needed to pass this pylon here, and possibly more than that one. So maybe there is a way to deactivate them when you're coming from the north. That would make sense, wouldn't it? If you're taking either an official or unofficial back entrance to that facility, allowing you direct access to the control room. Also, I did not notice this boat first. There is a living craft waiting at the dock. It is a thin, exhausted specimen, but it might be able to return you to the mainland. However, when you get close to it, it snarls at you. It refuses to obey you. These creatures are legendarily stubborn. You doubt that you will ever be able to mentally overpower it. Okay, game. Thanks for making that clear. But I guess, I mean, obviously it belongs to the Shapers who are here. Don Johns, can I talk to you more? Yes. Don Johns stands at attention. As a common, he is paying a Shaper the respect they are due. Even if... Well, first of all, I'm not entirely sure how it's immediately obvious that I'm a Shaper and not a common. I mean, are Shapers identifiable at a glance, no matter what? I mean, the icon looks like you'd probably imagine a Shaper to look, right? But my character in reality is wearing some sort of random assortment of scavenged equipment. So yeah, I don't know. Anyway, what are you watching for? Human invaders, rogues, hostile serviles. We come and watch while the Shapers do their valuable work. Right. Okay. So you're basically obeyers. Any dangers I should know about? This old ruin is full of dangers. He nods to the door to the southwest. There were even hazards in the office. We have to be careful what we eliminate. I'd like to know more about why you're here. Yes, indeed. Please talk to the Shapers upstairs. I agree with everything they say. At ease. Thank you, Shaper. He sits and returns to tending to his weapons. Honestly, I'm not really sure if I want to meet some of my people. I mean, that's going to be awkward, to say the least. They'll have a lot of questions. I mean, it's not like I have necessarily done anything that goes against the wishes of the Shapers. I mean, I have allied myself with the Awakened, but I mean, that's just, I gave them my word, but no one should realistically know about that. I mean, the Shapers wouldn't know, and even then, what would that mean to them? So technically, I don't have anything to be afraid of, right? If these guys are even like officially sent here, or who knows who they are. There's a battle alpha sitting against the wall here, napping. You nudge him with your toe. Why would I do that? He opens his eyes and looks up at you. I, Bernard, I guard. Threckerzod make. Guard now. Then he goes back to sleep. Threckerzod. Is that the name of the Shaper here? Or one of the Shapers? That's a name. Kevin and Arixie. And Threckerzod, indeed. What a peculiar name. Okay. Hey guys. Hey Kevin. There's a guardian sitting across from the agent. He is grim and gruff, like so many of their class. He is checking his pods and spore pouches and patching holes in his armor. He's been in battle recently. So I'm guessing one of these killed the Sholai explorer outside. Anyway, he nods to you. I'm Kevin, he says. I got Threkezod and Erixi. His voice is flat and tired. What are you doing on the island? It is Threkezod's expedition. Erixi also has plans. I'm here to guard. You should talk to them. Okay. What is Threkezod trying to do? Scavenge valuable toys from the Barred Island, which seems like a good idea to him. Oh, interesting. So, obviously not sent... Well, I mean, probably not sent by the Shaper government or whatever. The Shaper Council. Not sure if we ever learned if there is an official name for whatever governing body they must have. So it sounds like more like this is just some Shaper scholar who happened to learn about the Barred Island and got curious and came here on purpose and ended up in a similar spot as Drajkov, who just happened to arrive here by complete coincidence. But they're both looking to claim the powerful artifacts of this island for themselves. Well, we'll see what he himself has to say. What does Erixi want? To kill a bunch of lowly rogues. Pests. Erixi mutters. Pests, but with big ideas. Yeah, okay. So I think these guys are not necessarily going to agree about my stance on the rights to freedom of the Servals. Why did you choose to join Threkezod? He sighs. I am like him, a Shaper without a patron. I hunt for glory, to prove myself. I don't know if this island has glory or disaster. Well, maybe both. Seen battle lately? Kevin nods. For a bard abandoned island, Susha is very active. Rogues, alien invaders. Yeah, well, Serval factions. Sometimes they come to raid us. We have to teach them we are not easy targets. I need to escape Susha. I guess ultimately I do need to escape, yeah. So do we. It is urgent that we leave. We need to keep our ship. When we get home, we can tell them about you. Yeah, please don't. But we'll see about whether you're going to return at all. Also, seriously, your ship is kind of important. It's a very rare resource these days and around here. So someone should be guarding that thing. I mean, it might not be willing to transport anyone who doesn't have permission, but it could easily be attacked, abducted, whatever, all kinds of things. I'm just saying, I don't know. Not that I would do such a thing. A young agent sits and stares into the fire. She sips her tea, lost in thought. She occasionally whispers something to herself. Her armor is dirty and torn, and a wand hangs at her side. As you start to introduce yourself, she looks up at you. I'm Erixi, a young Shaper, trapped, like yourself. Pleased to see you. You might have some skill to move through this island, where you are not allowed to be. Yeah, exactly like you. Yeah, exactly. Well, you have no more right to be here than I do, as far as I know. Yes, we are on a barred island. We can be spared this. Our lives don't need be lost. If we can prove to our masters that our visit here was justified, so yes, we can escape. What? If we can prove to our masters that our visit here was justified. I thought you were masterless, without a patron. So, well, I don't know. Yes, we can escape. After the disaster is cleaned up a bit, of course. Disaster? This supposedly barred island is loaded with outsiders, invaders, and rogues. Deadly magic, dangerous philosophies. This island needs a purging. Clean it up a bit, so we can see the true route better. I will speak with you about it. Okay. How did you come to be here? I was traveling on our living craft with Threkezod and Kevin. Young Shapers looking to prove ourselves to our masters. Oh, we had a glorious plan. Now tell me about Threkezod. He's the Shaper sort of Shaper. Yeah, that's kind of confusing that the entire faction or people or nation is called that, as well as a particular subgroup of them. And then also within that group, specifically those who actually do shape things. So it's kind of one term for three different things. It's kind of confusing. Or, can easily lead to confusion. Anyway, he's a Shaper sort of Shaper. In the next room, going through his exercises for the 10,000th time, as if it helps. He has a plan. He wants to prove himself by finding useful secrets on a barred island. We argue about it. I'm practical. He is... She shrugs. When we get home, the masters will decide which of us was correct. And the other one or ones get executed, I suppose, or exiled in the best case. That's kind of the impression I'm getting from the Shapers as a whole. Anyway, tell me about Kevin. Our quiet guardian friend? She looks at the guardian. He nods and grunts. He keeps us alive. He wants to prove his competence in battle. Be elevated that way. He's doing well so far, truth be told. Kevin doesn't respond. What was your original plan? We heard rumors of the island chains to the north, extending out into the Western Sea, not far off of the terrestrial coast. Mysterious excesses of rogues seemed like a good place to look for glory. Then a Sholai ship gave chase to us not far from here, drove us into the mist. Okay, so as far as I was aware, the Sholai, this was the first contact between the Sholai and the Shapers, right? So interesting that they even know the name and just, that you would just mention the contact with them so casually, when that should be a really big deal. Like, I would have expected her to say something like, then a ship of foreigners, of, people we had never seen before attacked us. But no, it's just, Sholai, Anyway, the Sholai ship gave chase to us not far from here, drove us into the mist. Our exhausted craft landed on the first land it could find, Sucha Island. So you landed on a barred island. We did, not intentionally. Interesting. So literally everyone who came from outside is not here on purpose. All three factions so far. Me, the Sholai, and these guys. Well, I suppose they were looking for adventure, and not anywhere in particular, and they just happened to find it here. Well, while me and the Sholai just landed here on complete accident. Anyway, right, not intentionally. That will weigh in our favor when we are judged after our escape. Probably. I mean, it should be. Aren't you concerned about punishment for being here? Very much so. We need to prove we should not be executed. We must do so by displaying value, and we haven't done this yet. I have a way that we can earn our pardon, but we three are not strong enough to carry out the plan. I will need help. Well, I mean, I have a feeling like I will not want to help you achieve your goal, but of course I would like to know more about it nonetheless. I'd like to know more about you. Ask instead about Susha Island, for that is the matter of greatest interest. If you want to hear interesting tales, you should talk to Threkazad. He is full of them, so many of them. As for me, know that I'm a loyal agent, and I'm determined to show excellence and get a fine patron. Fine, I wasn't actually interested. Wow, rude. I will respect your privacy then. She nods and says no more on the subject. All right. What have you learned about this island? I have divided it in my mind into 3 regions: the wastes of the northwest, the research warrens in the northeast, the settled lands of the southern half. Yep, that makes sense. That's pretty much how I have been looking at things as well. What's in the northwest waste? Northwest waste. Have you even been there? Desert, dead land. Whether it's naturally so or plagued by hostile magic, I'm not sure. I know little of it. It is mainly populated by dangerous rogues and the Inutile. I mean, could they possibly have had an expedition all the way over there? I mean, there were so many roadblocks, not to mention just hordes and hordes of rogues along the way. It seems unlikely that they would have been able to somehow travel there and even see that place. I mean, how do they even know the general, layout of the island? Maybe they found maps or something. Maybe they had maps. Maybe maps of the island do exist back in Shaper lands. Who knows? Let's just accept that. Know anything about the research warrens? These are obviously the most important part of the island. They are the core of knowledge and power on Susha Island. I don't know why this place was barred, but the answer is there. Unfortunately, those halls are full of Sholai invaders. We are not strong enough to investigate, so we turn our attention elsewhere. What do you think of the settled lands? I think you are very familiar with them. They are a problem. The Shapers left many serviles behind when they fled the island. The result needs a lot of cleaning up. Yeah, well, we might disagree on that point. What is your mission now? Hunting rogues. What better purpose is there for a Shaper without a patron? And there are rogues aplenty on Susha Island. Not mere Fiora or Thards either, but true rogues. A real peril hides here. What is this great peril? The servile colonies. They seem weak, yes? Just a scattering of small towns? Yet they are deadly. They are independent. They have formed sects. They have beliefs. This must be dealt with. It is lucky you are here. I need your help. You're worried so much about mere serviles? There is no such thing. Servals are the most dangerous of creations. They are smart and cunning. Ooh, well, that's an interesting thing to just freely admit for a shaper. They have language, both spoken and written. They can fight. They can believe. A rogue serval is the most dangerous sort of rogue. Yeah, it's almost like a rogue human. Interesting, huh? Do you know much about the serval sects? No, we know they exist, but we are trapped here. We need to learn more about them. What they believe, how dangerous they are. Why should I help you? 1, because killing rogues is your duty as a shaper, no matter how sympathetic they seem at first. And 2, because you need to prove your visit to this barred island has improved the safety of shapers everywhere. I mean, unless I'm just not planning to return to my homeland. Saying this is most likely going to give me a quest, without me being able to do anything about it, but it's okay. What exactly do you want from me? There it is. I know this game, well, maybe not too well. I can predict what it's going to do sometimes at this point. Our paths to the rest of Susha Island are blocked by a servile settlement called Kask. The servals there are strange, crude, violent, scarred, tattooed. Bizarre. They won't let us get close, but they clearly are organized. I need to learn about them. Okay, well, maybe I'm going to actually help you with this first one. Because obviously I'm least... I care least about the takers. So, I don't know if I necessarily want to help these guys here fight them, like destroy them. Not, also it seems like a pretty large task for a single person. Like just eradicating that entire town. There's a lot of those guys. But yeah, well, I guess we'll see. If it's just information, that I might be able to help with. What do I need to learn? Their organization, their principles, who their leader is. Talk to their leader and find out their beliefs. I would know the nature of the infection. I mean, I can tell you that right now. I have been to Kask and spoken with Gnorl. It seems unlikely that anyone would actually get all the way here without having been there, but I guess it's possible. Okay, quest advanced. The Purging. Yeah, well. You tell Orixie about the takers and their beliefs. Also, I did not actually get any experience for that. I'm a little bit offended by that. If I'm gonna help these guys at least a little bit, so long as it does not involve, harming anyone I don't want to harm, I'd like to at least get something out of it. Oh well. She is full of anger and disgust. Those insolent little creatures. They reject us so after we gave them existence? You have done well. But this is but the first step of the journey. It is clear what must be done. What do you want me to do with Kask? The takers are the most blatant, grotesque, insulting form of rogue. Fortunately, Gnorl is holding their little cult together. Kill her, and the rest will be too disorganized to act for some time. Then they can be dealt with easily. Yes, kill Gnorl. That should do nicely. Why do you even think that I could possibly be able to do that? Like, sneak into their, or just walk into their fortress, literal fortress, and just kill their leader in the middle of their hall, surrounded by guards, when the three of you would have much better chances to do that. Again, not that I'm willing to do that, so I guess this is as far as I'm gonna advance this quest. Oh, I can actually say that. I'm not sure I want to go that far. What? Are you mad? Those takers are an insult to everything we shapers have built, and their beliefs are dangerous. They are a disease that must be eradicated. Leave me and think, fellow shaper. Regain your control. Don't repeat your foolishness near me again. But what if I do? I did just repeat it. And you're not doing anything. Honestly, I'm a little bit disappointed. I was hoping that she would actually get mad and start attacking me, perhaps. Or, threaten me openly. Maybe I'll have a chance to... I mean, chance seems like a weird way to describe that. But yeah, maybe the game is going to give me the option to openly oppose these guys. I mean, I guess I could start attacking them at any moment if I wanted to. Not that that seems like a very good idea. Although, this guy is only level 8. Actually, what level are these, just for reference? Level 8? Really? The big, strong fighter? That's not as tough as I was expecting. I guess they are relatively young and new. I mean, I don't know about this guy. Oh, yeah, okay. At least from the portrait, he doesn't look as old as I was imagining. There is an actual shaper, like a shaper, when you in this hall. When you enter, this young man is lost in concentration. He waves his hands and a tiny Artila forms in the circle. He shakes his head and waves his hands. It vanishes. He repeats the exercise. Then, his essence drained, he absorbs his last Artila and returns to reality. He sees you staring at him. Oh, sorry, just exercises. You are a shaper. Trapped like me. I placed some guards outside. I'll make sure they don't attack you. Oh, thanks, that's appreciated. Does that include the pylons, though? Those look more like machines, like, inert things than creations of some sort. But who knows? He steps through the circle and shakes your hand vigorously. I am Threkazad. It is so good to meet you. The three of us can use help dealing with this mess we're trapped in. Yeah, no doubt about that. I'm pleased to meet another shaper. I mean, not really, but I guess it would be a polite thing to say at least. I'm stranded and I need escape. Are you supposed to be here? Well, obviously, I know most of the facts about their presence here, but I'm gonna hear his version of it, of course. Well, I'm pleased to meet another shaper. Let's just be nice. As am I. We live a lonely life. The three of us, Arixi, Kevin, and I, keep a lonely vigil surrounded by madness. I see you are a young initiate, but you have learned fast, yes? We could use your help. My help? Susha Island was barred. It should have been an inert place, whatever poison is here frozen away. But this island is a nest of activity and perversion. We need to calm the waters before we can responsibly depart. And you can help. Lucky you. Lucky you, that's a comment from the game, of course. Okay, what are you doing here? We were trapped. 3 shapers, undervalued, sailing the seas, heading to the remote islands to the west, searching. What were you looking for exactly? Turmoil, chaos, missions, ways to prove ourselves. We 3 are shapers, but we have not yet earned patrons, so we wander, looking for ways to show our skill. So, okay, just a regular, average adventuring party. Where were you heading? We heard rumors, chaos and rogues in the islands of the Northern Terrestia. Of Northern Terrestia. If we could aid the commons, we could show our competence. We had no idea how bad things were in these islands. How did you land on Susha Island? We planned to pass this island, but a foreign ship sighted us. We fled into a storm, and our exhausted craft landed in the first land it saw. Turns out our safe haven was barred. Bad luck. I mean, I suppose you wouldn't be in as much trouble if you just had landed on a non-barred island that had its own trouble that you could deal with. Well, this island is barred, period. Yes? Of course we know. We should not be here. Then again, we are shapers. There are ways for us to legally be here. We just need to prove when we get home that we acted for the good of the shapers. Okay. Why don't you leave? We need to know that our time on Susha Island did more good than harm. We also need to do enough to prove that we are worthy of patrons. We have a lot of ambition. I mean, technically, if you just left, no one would ever know that you did briefly land on a barred island. Right? And even if they did, you could just claim rightfully that you landed here not on purpose, just to save your lives, and left as soon as you could without having done anything on the island itself. Which, if the shapers are going to execute you for that, then I don't know what to say. But yeah, well, obviously you're choosing to stay here and do things, and somehow hoping that you will not get killed for it in the end. It seems like a bit of a gamble, but okay. Anyway, we have a lot of ambition. Yeah, well, I guess that explains that. I want to evaluate the state of shaper inventions on this island. Arixi has her own mission. Kevin has a goal as well. Okay, so I mean, you don't necessarily think that all the rogue servals need to be eradicated, although I assume that he's not going to be, that he doesn't necessarily think they should live. He just doesn't care about them. Wait. Illustrious family? Why is that an option? Huh? Did someone mention... am I just assuming that he's from an illustrious family? Anyway. What does Arixi want? To purge rogues. Honestly, I think her particular target is of no importance. We have argued. In the end, it will be up to the shapers who had the right goal. What does Kevin want? Threkazad shrugs. He's a guardian. He guards us. When we must leave our little hiding place, he comes with us and keeps us safe. He only wants to display how well he can fight. Okay. Illustrious family? Yes, my father is Meltar, you see, a great shaper. He has developed 3 lasting improvements for the Vlish and 2 for the Wingbolt. Wingbolt? I can make one of those if that's a... that might be more of a tool thing, like a living tool type of creation than a combat one. Before his end, he may get permission to try to develop a whole new line. Remarkable man. Sounds skilled, but you've never heard of him. I trained as a shaper, hoping to live up to his example, so I studied 3 years and endured the testing. What goal? To be a shaper like my father, the great Meltar. I trained and trained, learned to master essence, and endured the testing. Yes, okay, you've mentioned that twice now. How did your testing go? Miserably, I'm afraid. I passed. I became a shaper, but I shamed Meltar. I did not pass well. I attained the worst balance. Worst balance? I should know all of these things. I have license to use our powers, but I have no patron. Kevin and Erixia are in the same trap. We are free shapers wandering the world and tending to it, hoping for a proper patron. What sort of patron did you want? Someone with influence. Money, I guess. Someone with power and many licenses for research. In the great halls of the Shaper Council... Oh, maybe I did hear the term Shaper Council mentioned. No, I'm not so sure anymore. Anyway, in the great halls of the Shaper Council would be best, of course, but there are many mighty cities on Terrestia. Pericalia is nice most of the year. I wonder how many of these places... Well, I guess that's the first real place name that was mentioned, but I wonder if we'll visit that in one of the future games. Anyway, how will you redeem yourself? Through wisdom, bravery, and effectiveness. I need to obtain some valuable pieces of knowledge or put down a particularly nasty uprising of rogues or commons. Happily, Susha Island has the opportunities I need. What is your fate if you don't get a patron? A life of hard travel, hard work, and endless risk, doing the many small jobs that keep the kingdom of the Shapers running, making thought forces to defend small towns, scouring the villages for prospective Shapers, that sort of thing. Tedium unworthy of the son of Meltar. Well, if you say so. Have you learned enough to gain a patron? No, I have to be careful. I have to learn enough to help the Shapers, but I have to keep whatever is dangerous on Susha Island trapped here. I have connections, though. I see the opportunities. Now I will seize them. Well, we'll see. Was that all from the first point there? Yeah, I think so. Tell me your story. Mine personally, he sighs. A tale of struggle, courage, and perseverance. A tale of determination to serve the Shapers as they serve the world. I come from an illustrious family, you see. Ah, there's that term. A clan of skilled Shapers. Almost from birth, I had one goal. To pass the testing. Oh, and okay. Interesting that leads to the same set of options here. Yeah, that makes more sense. The numbers 3 and 4 should have only appeared after this paragraph. And options 1 and 2 after the first option. So that's interesting. I guess it's probably just an error in how the dialogue tree is set up. Anyway, blah, blah. Another question. What sort of help do you need? Threkazot grins. Now we get to business. Profit from me and for you. Many outsiders are trapped here. All mine Susha Island for treasures. Some outsiders have come to visit us. I have learned of valuable opportunities. Okay. Are you really trapped here, though? In a sense, our living craft is tired, but it will be ready to journey home soon. I can't leave, however, until I can prove that my actions on Susha Island were forced. Yeah, again, unless you just... you three just agree to never tell anyone about this, sail onto some other island and do your great deeds there, without all the danger of, being on a barred island. But oh well, it's your decision. That my actions on Susha Island were forced, properly considered, and for the good of the Shapers. Right. You get lots of visitors here? Not lots. Our defenses are strong, and we are well hidden. The rogue Servals fear us for good reason. A few of the Sholai have stopped by, though. They are an interesting band of visitors. Okay. Tell me about these valuable opportunities. There's a quest. Threkazot grins. He looks very young. Now we are talking business. Now we can see his glory. There is enough for us both. A Sholai woman came here some weeks ago. Her name is Eula. Very odd woman. She said she was returning to her camp. She had an offering for me, for the Shapers. I can't leave here, too dangerous, but you can. Find Eula's camp, get her offering, and bring it to me. Why was this Eula wandering around? The Sholai are fascinated by our arts. Eula is a scout. She's sneaking around the island, gathering as many of our trinkets as she can. She knows that we won't let her learn our powers, but I told her she could collect our junk. What is Eula offering you? I'm not sure. She promised it was from the main research halls, a sample of some highly valuable substance from their storerooms. She thought it would make a good offering to our kind. Yeah, I mean, apparently rightfully so, because you are interested. I kind of missed the part about why he did not just accept her offer or deal with her. Why is she helping you? The Sholai have multiple factions. Her group wants to make contact with us, make friends. They come from a mighty nation over the sea. They could be good allies. Thus the offering. If we could collect it for the Shapers and bring a new ally in the bargain, you and I would be in a very profitable position. Maybe I just misunderstood something. But she wandered in here, told them about that thing she was offering them, and then wandered off. I guess she didn't have it on her person at the time. But yeah, why didn't he agree to the deal right then and there? Why does he need to send me now? And why doesn't he send one of his own people? I don't know. It doesn't seem to make a whole lot of sense. But I'm not complaining about getting a quest out of it. It's just, I don't know. I wonder if it actually makes sense and I'm just not understanding, or if it is a little bit strange. Anyway, that's the offering. Right. Where is Eula? I guess that's the most important question here. She was vague. She said she was hiding with inhabitants to the west. That is what she said. It might take a little searching to find her. You've been traveling a lot, though. You can manage it. I wonder if that is that mysterious little door guarded by Sniff, was it? All the way far to the west, actually. Because I don't remember the exact words, but Sniff did tell me that I needed to go see some sort of people to the east and talk to them first. And I wonder if just mentioning the name, either the name Eula or maybe the name Thrakazad, to prove that I've talked to these people here, is enough to get me through that door. It could be somewhere else entirely, but I feel like this is probably the connection that was needed. It's easy enough to double check, of course, or to confirm. So I'm going to do that pretty soon. Anyway, you can manage it. Yes, I think so. Take my leave of you. I think I've talked to him about everything. Interesting. For sure. Let's see what we have here. Terrestria's leaders. This entry's already in your codex. Oh, is it? Have I actually learned about that? Read about that before? There are two sorts of humans, Shapers, and common. Oh yeah, I definitely did read this. Is the Shaper Council mentioned here? Who knows? It's fine. Obviously, yeah. I must have read that at some point. Oops. Oh no, it's fine. Shaper equipment? You don't mind me taking that, right? Also interesting that I've yet to run into whoever is interested in those. Do you have anything new? Well, no, you did give me the quest to kill... where is it? Kill Elra... Wait, what? Oh, the Purging. Yes. Destroy Ignore. I mean, as much as I'm not a huge fan of the Takers, I'm not going to do that because especially, you know, I'm particularly not a fan of most of the Takers individually, but their leader, of all people, actually has, is actually relatively reasonable, and, I definitely don't want to kill her. Yeah. I need to escape, seen battle lately. Would he have anything new to say? I guess he doesn't really have much of an opinion on anything. He's just here to fight. Okay, well, Fair enough. Now let's see if we're actually going to be safe. Nope. Nope, not at all. I just saw... Hold on a second. Their names are still red, and then this happened. Okay, never mind. Of course, I'd still like to actually break in there. I mean, what rogues or what creations, what guardians outside was Threkazad even referring to? Maybe these, maybe the Glags patrolling here. I guess he would have created those and set them to patrol. That would make sense. So if I had come from here, I could have snuck around all those guardians, talked to him first, and then I could have safely passed through here for what it's worth. Right. What do I do? I mean, there might still be a way to somehow remotely shut down at least the pylons. That would be nice. What I could do, of course. I'm very tempted to head on over to the wooded valley, I think it was called, and talk to Sniff and see if I am indeed now allowed to enter. Wooded valley. Wait, did I not actually? Hold on. Hold on, just a second. Where'd I go? Okay, that's fine. What is the quest? Oh, Eula's treasures. Right. He told you that a Sholai invader named Eula offered him something valuable she recovered. She is camped with inhabitants servals somewhere to the west. Where could that be? If it's not up here. I mean, it might still be up there. Inutal servals to the west are, of course, around here. And I feel like the name Eula might have been mentioned somewhere before, but I don't remember where. It's been quite some time. Unless I'm completely making that up, but that's a pretty particular name, and I think I've come across that somewhere. Of course, to the west is literally anywhere else on the island at this point. So, could be everywhere. Well, not everywhere, but anywhere. You know what? Let's just save my curiosity. I guess, well, the quest marker is not here. That's what's making me wonder if my guess is actually correct. Old door. Maybe this has nothing to do with it. Very possible. Also, I should have come from the north. It's fine. Hello, Sniff, old friend. What's past that door? What are you doing here? What sort of help? Waiting for help? I can't say. If you have some sort of message, or if you're looking for someone specific, I can help. I mean, since it does not let me mention either of those names right now, it's probably not it. I could try and lie about it, but I don't think that's gonna work. This seems like a pretty, I don't know. Something about this gives me a end game-ish feeling. So even if there is a chance for this lie to work, I might just not have enough leadership for it. I command you. Well, that's not gonna work. Can you at least give me a hint? There are people trapped east of Kazg, Sholai, and others. Look for them. They serve the interests of the Shapers. Okay. So I was basically remembering, right? People trapped east of Kazg. I've met two factions trapped east of Kazg, both of which are somewhat Shaper friendly. I mean, the Shapers themselves and the rebel Sholai. And I've talked to both. I guess I have not officially helped the Sholai yet. Maybe in doing so and proving that I'm their friend, that I'm their ally, they will give me whatever password I need. But apparently it's not Eula or Threkazad, or else it would have been an option here. Okay, well, I guess if technically I have the key, right? I should probably just hello. Respawn, whatever you are. Where did I see it? I guess I was looking in the wrong spot. actually, I'm just going to go here. Yeah, that should be fine, actually. It should be put right inside the caves. Since I do have the key, I'm just going to go ahead and talk to, what's-his-face over here? Masha, that's right. And maybe then I'll get my answer. Hello, Masha. I have recovered the key. Wonderful. Yes, you do good. Open the chest. We will all be better. First, I can learn you our tongue. Then you can read inside things. Oh, really? You're going to teach me enough Sholai language to be able to read, well, really anything? That seems like it would take some time, but okay. Tell me everything about what is happening here. First of all, we got a good amount of experience. And the quest is complete. Can you teach me some of yours? Yes. Wow, that's another 200 experience and an achievement. Linguist under pressure. Okay. Nice. Gladly, Shaper. My knowledge weak and my skills soft, but I tell you what I can of things. She spends several hours teaching you what she knows. Several hours of language lessons is not a lot. Her tongue is surprisingly similar to yours. You learn a fair amount of syntax and numerous verbs and nouns. You are nowhere near fluent, but you will be able to manage some crude communication, and apparently enough to read a book. There, Shaper. We help each other now. I hope this was of use. I'm hoping it's gonna be. I guess I'm gonna try asking everything again, just in case she gives me more info now. Who are you? Why are you on Susha Island? I'm glad you to say story again. Oh no, that's just the story. We have heard that before. There's something I want to know. Tell me about yourself. So little to say, explorer. Right. You know this island is forbidden. Looking for a boat. Can I have it? Oh, wait. Oh, no, that was new. Crap. Hold on. That's awful now. I hope I can ask that again. Well, okay. Tell me a story. I'm actually just going to go through that again. What happened to the third boat? You burn it. Tell me about Trashkov. Use canisters. What are his plans? Another Shaper is here right now. Actually, not just Goach or Gage or whatever, or Gutch, but yet another one we just met. And it's interesting that she doesn't mention him, so she must not know. Which implies that this faction here is not actually allied with Eula at all? Or else they would know, right? Weird. What do you know about my abduction? I have another question. Something I want to know. Tell me about yourself. I'm looking for a boat. Where can I find one? We tell you that we have one boat left, small boat, at dock to northeast, small dock. Our last boat, since Madness of Trashkov destroy all of rest. And I can have it? Yes, but Trashkov figure out mines, place them, boat defended. Need special wand to put mines asleep. Okay, I mean I do have one such wand. No more info on that. Okay, that was all that was. I'm assuming that's probably that little dock that's actually visible on the world map, but who knows. Tell me everything about what is happening here. All right, my group hide here in tunnels. We try to run west, only to find surprise. Trashkov, he deal with stunted people to west. These servals they call takers. Trashkov make deal with them. He get them to block us in and kill us. Okay, that makes sense. We want to explore island, but we trapped here. We get some of us out to explore. I go with them and return. There are more of us on Susha. Good Sholai, not mad but hidden. Oh. Okay, so maybe Eula is one of them. I would like to meet them. Where are they? There we go. I go with them when they sneak out. I help them find place. I come back here. Leader name is Astrov. Good Sholai. Can trust. Okay. Right. So of course, I was just confusing myself for a second there. Of course, Astrov must be the name, the password I need to say basically to get into the place I just checked. And of course that does have nothing to do with Eula, which we knew before, because then we would have been allowed to say that name. Actually, well, I'm not surprised. It would have been a nice touch for the game to actually offer me the option to say some of the important names, like the names of VIPs that we've met or learned about, just in case. And then, But oh well. Leader name's Astrov. Good Sholai, can trust. Find him and talk to him. Let me know how he's doing. Please, if you can. He make fight against Trashkov. He can help you, if you want some. If you want same. Masha hands you a letter. It is written in their language. Give to Astrov. He helps you. This tells him you're from me. Okay, tell me more about Astrov. A true explorer. Great to learn, not for power. Agreed to learn, not for power. You can trust. I trust with life. Okay? I have a feeling like he's going to be a person I would like to be allied with. Where is Astrov? Astrov and fighters are in cave north of village Serval's called Pentil. Yep. Look hard in peaceful valley of trees. That's extremely explicit. Alright, so not particularly hidden at all. Is Trashkov hunting Astrov? Yes, but Astrov explorer. Good to hide. Trashkov has few loyal fighters. Astrov hides, but good to find him fast. In the end, what do you want? We are explorers. We want to go to your land, Shaperland, meet you, learn and trade in peace. Trashkov, offend all we are. I swear it. Okay. I believe you. That was all, right? Yes. I'd like to meet them. Okay. Cool. I'm also supposed to open this box. This episode is getting a bit long. That's fine. There's a heavy one sea chest. Unlock it. The chest is locked. Fortunately, the key you found at the docks unlocks it. Yes, I know. You open the chest. Inside, you find salty, dirty clothes, some broken scrimshaw, and an old, battered journal. You flip through it and find that, with concentration, you can understand it. It was the journal of Anfisa, Trashkov's assistant. They were leading an expedition across an unexplored sea. They started with 3 ships. A storm left them with 2. When they reached Susha Island, they were starving and without hope. Landfall at Susha cost them a 2nd ship. Once they landed, Trashkov led an expedition ashore. There, he and Anfisa found a huge Shaper research facility. It was in the mountains at the northeast corner of the island. The tunnels provided shelter for all of the sailors as they stocked up on food and tried to figure out what to do. Trashkov and Anfisa explored the research halls, translated documents, and figured out what the Shapers were doing. Keep reading. Here, Anfisa's entries get shorter and more vague. Perhaps she was afraid that Trashkov would read her journal. She was worried about how events were developing. Andela 17. Trashkov has figured out how to use the canisters. He places a hand on top of one and it changes him. If the Shaper writings are to be believed, they are rewriting his genes. I don't know what that means. Well... Andela 21. Trashkov has used 8 canisters. I have used none, despite his urgings. They are changing him. He can use magic now. He never could before. It is very strange. Andela 28. Trashkov grows angry very easily now. Yeah, it's so unfortunate that I've basically chosen to become a second Trashkov. It's fine. As I said, I'm going to stick with the decision. It's at least going to make for an interesting playthrough, and I'm very much looking forward to being a bit smarter about it when I replay the game. Anyway, it's fine. Trashkov grows angry very easily now. He has used every canister we have found. The current total is 20 that I know of. I don't even know how many I've interacted with. Probably more than 20 at this point. Vid 3. We have penetrated the deepest chambers. We believe we have located the Geneforge, referred to often in Shaper writings. Trashkov thinks he should use it. Only him. Only him? Only he thinks it? Or only he should use it? Probably both. Keep reading. Vid 8. Trashkov is frustrated. His anger is frequent. He is missing something. He said he needs some gloves. I'm not sure what his word means. What this word means. The word gloves? His speech is strange sometimes. Do you not know gloves? Interesting. Vid 15. We know that Shapers pass this island in their living ships. Oh, well, I suppose they sometimes do. Trashkov has a plan. He will abduct one, using our soul ship. Or maybe this plan is already taking place. Many Sholai are loyal, and he speaks with me less now. He uses more canisters. Others use them too. Trashkov's warriors are loyal and strong, and they anger so easily. Seems like that's going to be fun to eventually be dealing with all of those guys. Vid 20. We have a Shaper. It is called Gouch. It talks to Trashkov. I don't know what they say. Trashkov doesn't involve me. I know they are talking about the Geneforge. Vid25. Trashkov and Coach spend lots of times in the Geneforge chambers. Some of us wonder when we will continue our mission. We have food, the boat is ready, some are restless. We know, though, that Trashkov's path is the wisest. Is it, though? Ermin 1. Goach left, taking something from Trashkov. Trashkov is furious. He called me to the Geneforge. Oh, did Goach take the special gloves that you need to handle the Geneforge or something? Which obviously I will need if I want to interact with the Geneforge. Taking something. Trashkov is furious. He called me to the Geneforge. It is beautiful. He wants me to hunt down and kill Goach, hiding in the wastes to the west. That's why we need to go there. Makes sense. I told Trashkov I would kill Goach. He showed me the Geneforge. It has several power columns around it. Trashkov told me to stay away from them. They are unstable and can destroy the whole place. Hint, hint. Ermin 10. I have not yet left to hunt Goach. Trashkov confronted me, suggesting we continue our mission infuriates him. He has stopped using the canisters. He didn't say why. Uh-oh. Ermin 25. Trashkov has returned. He and his assistants explored the island. He said they laid traps and made monsters. They also did diplomacy. He did not elaborate. Okay, that's when they talked to the takers and instructed them to, or, enlisted them to hunt for their enemies, for Trashkov's enemies. Ermin 27. Trashkov has set his new plan in motion. He will abduct a new shaper, a weaker one, who can be molded. We will anger these strange and powerful people even more. I am sure this is the wisest course. Is this supposed to be sarcasm? We will anger these strange and powerful people even more. I am sure this is the wisest course. Ermin 28. My own plans have come to be. As I write this, we are rowing away from Trashkov and his loyal mad minions. At last, I can write freely. Trashkov is mad. Why is he doing what he is doing? Where did his lust for power come from? I do not know. I know this, though. We must stop him. We must return to our mission, our good mission, of exploration and peace. We will land near a servile village. They call it Kask. Hopefully, they know nothing of Trashkov or his plans. We can enlist their help. Well, too late for that. We have been sighted. The ship is following us. There are docks ahead, though. We will land and disappear into the tunnels. It is a risky path, but I don't think they will give chase. We threw fire at the sails and the ship turned black. The ship turned back. You threw fire at the sails. They will not risk the ship. The journal ends. Close the journal. Wow. You close the book and carefully replace it in the chest. Okay. But where is Anfisa now? Or was that her body? I was trying to remember the name. That was her herself, right? I mean, it would make sense for her to have the key on her. Okay. It's unfortunate that we weren't able to tell him of her fate, but I guess he did know. Sorry. I don't know. When I look at the sprite, it looks like an old man to me. I'm not sure why. I guess Masha knew that Anfisa was dead, right? I'm not entirely sure. Gain a special item, Masha's letter. Right, and the quest. That was from before, though. The purging, tell the ascendant, kill Aura, bye. Contact Astro, that's right. He avoids travelers, but he might talk to you when he sees the message. Let's see if... Yep, contact, actually, Astro. Okay. Can we now go past here? No. I guess we have not helped her yet. We are supposed to tell her how Astrov is doing after we talk to him. So I guess maybe after we do that, she's going to allow us in here. Okay, wow, man. Things have happened. We learned a lot of important details about what's been going on the island. So much in fact that made my head spin a little, but it's okay. I'm gonna rewatch my video probably and just to make sure that I got everything. And of course we have a bunch of new things to do now. Not really. Yeah, I guess I don't really have a clue on Eula unless she really is with the with these Inutals here. Maybe I did hear her name when I talked to the Ascended. I feel like that's where I came across that name. So maybe I'll go visit those people again. I mean, I was going to check out the actual quest there, right? Attempt fighting my way toward that cockatrice, was it? yeah, I mean, why not give that a try next? I have completed this little area here. And while I would like to check out the stock here as my next point of interest, and of course, you know, deal with some of the, well, mostly just this servile warren here, because it's an unexplored area in the middle of an otherwise explored place. Yeah, maybe next time I'm gonna head back to the Ascended Labs first and talk to those people some more, see if I am indeed not just imagining coming across the name Eula before. And also maybe if I'm strong enough to deal with that quest. I kind of doubt it, but who knows? I have gained quite a bit of power since last time. Yeah, and I mean, if nothing else, we can go ahead and contact Astrov as we've been asked to do, which is probably going to be pretty interesting. Yeah, well, plenty of things to do, and plenty of things to think about, and to reread to, you know, make sure I understand them. As always, I thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and I shall see you real soon. Bye-bye.